Lazy exercises. Diets are not mental or emotional. I've been noticing that a lot lately. A lot of videos that I've seen popping up in my For You page about people trying to give advice about weight loss, but and not just that, but even in comment section, people trying to make weight loss more difficult than really, or at least talk about it being more difficult, being something hard to do, because there's a mental effect or an emotional effect. And it's like, no, that's some Gen Z shit. Cause that's not how weight loss works. Because here's the thing: when people were eating, when you eat, I've said this before in another video. When you eat, and this is before you start your weight loss journey, right? When you were eating, you weren't eating with the intention of gaining weight. You were eating because the food tastes good. You're eating because you felt hungry. So you're following your feelings, right? The feeling of hunger. What happened was is that you overconsumed a whole bunch of calories in the process of feeding that feeling that your body needs some fuel. Right? It's not that different when you're driving a car and you notice that the gas tank is going close to E, right? Close to empty. That indicator, the fact that there might be an alarm, they'll be like, hey, go get some gas. They're like, oh, okay, gotta go get some gas. Right? That's telling you to do something. But it doesn't tell you what kind of gas to put in your car. Right? You're supposed to know that. So when you feel hungry, right, you're supposed to make the decision of what you eat, right? Your body, your choice. So it makes no sense that people act like, oh, diet is a mental thing because people are addicted and this and that. It's like, well, it's more of a habit that people eat. Because there's people who literally be like, I don't eat a lot, or I only eat one meal a day, yet they're overweight. So you can't say it's that they're addicted to food, because if they were, they would eat a lot of food. They would eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and then they would eat in between those meals. A lot of times, and I'm speaking from personal experience, yes, I have eaten only once or twice a day. So it's not I'm like saying that I eat once a day, but in reality, I'm eating like 5 times a day because I'm snacking. No, I literally only eat 1 time or 2 times a day because that's all I can afford at the time, or that's all I had access to. Especially if you didn't control what you eat. Like you're not the one who paid for the food. So whatever was available is what you ate. So you know, I can understand if I have control of what I can eat and what I have control of. Yeah, it's if I overeat a lot of food, then yeah, that's on me. But if I'm literally in a situation, because we all been young at one point, and we never chose when we eat. We eat whenever our mother cooked or parents cooked. Whenever there was food available, we ate. We ate when it was dinner time. We ate when it was lunchtime. Like we ate at certain times. Even in school, you eat when it's lunchtime. You don't eat whenever you feel like it. You eat when it's lunchtime, right? So there was always a schedule to eat. What you ate is that's a different story, right? So that goes back to there's people who literally eat one meal a day, literally once a day, but it's so much calories, and then they don't even exercise. So of course they're gonna gain weight because their metabolism is low because they burn so little calories and consume so much. Of course they're gonna gain weight. It's not that they overconsume every meal and they're super addicted. Not everyone is addicted to food. Yes, there's a lot of people who are. And the irony, whenever somebody used to say, "Oh, I'm a foodie," that to me was somebody who's addicted to food. Because I never classify myself as a foodie. I'm like, yeah, I like food. I like to eat food, but I didn't classify myself as a foodie. It's like, what's that supposed to mean? Does that mean you're a person who um, has a certain type of favorite type of food? Like you like to eat pizza all the time, so that's what makes you a pizza foodie, I guess. What does foodie supposed to mean? Realistically, it just means you just like to eat a lot of food. Okay, so that's somebody who's addicted to food, not somebody who eats once a day but they're obese. The reason they're obese is because of calories, not because of the volume of food they eat on a daily basis. So there's a difference. Because ironically, some people, especially because I've seen this with other people, myself and included, will be like, "Oh, I don't eat a lot," what we don't say when we say that statement is, but we do drink a lot. Notice that? Notice I said we don't eat a lot. We're not lying that we don't eat a lot. We just didn't include the fact that we do drink a lot. Like I could eat like a plate of rice and beans with some eggs and chicken and whatnot. Right? So I get a plate of food for dinner. I didn't eat breakfast. I didn't eat lunch. Let's say for breakfast I just drank like water or maybe an energy drink, like a Monster Energy. So that right there is 250 calories, or like 240 or 230, depending on the type of Monster Energy. And this was the original green can, not the white can. The white can, obviously, that's 10 calories. But if we go with the original one, roughly over 200 calories, and that's the breakfast. Then lunch, I don't eat lunch, right? Because I probably don't have access to lunch. So I'm actually waiting for dinner. And my breakfast could actually be lunch. Like I could sleep for breakfast, so to speak, and then wake up when it's like lunchtime and then eat lunch. Or my breakfast, which would be the Monster Energy, which is what I quote unquote ate, right? I drank Monster Energy, so 250 calories. But then wait for dinner time, and then dinner time is when I eat. And it's just a plate of food. Big plate of food, but just a plate of food. Now let's say it's 800 calories plus that's 250 from the or let's say more than that. Let's say 1,000 calories for the plate of food. And I'm very little. I'm active very little. And since I slept so many, let's say I slept 12 hours, which means I was very much not moving, so I burned very little calories. So the likelihood of me being in a 1,200 plus calorie diet for essentially months, I'm going to gain weight because I'm burning less calories than I consume, which means I'm more likely burning like maybe 900, 1,000 calories. So I'm gaining 1 to 200 calories, or even maybe 3 to 400 calories a day. And 400 calories in 10 days, that's 4,000 calories, which means in 30 days, right, in a month, that's 12,000 calories, which would be 3 pounds. So I could be gaining 3 pounds a month off of a 1,250 calorie diet because I'm burning so little calories, because I'm not moving much. I'm sitting on my ass all day. I sleep maybe for 10 to 12 hours. That type of activity is going to drastically reduce my my needs and my BMR, right? My resting body, metabolism rate, whatever. To the point where 1,200 calories a day, I'm going to gain weight on because I'm burning less, right? It's about what you burn versus what you eat. And since I'm not exercising, doing any physical activity, 1,200 calories, I'm going to gain weight on, right? So, but if you are active, then that's a different story. But it goes back to, because I mentioned to the comment to somebody, was the weight loss is not a mental or emotional thing. It's just math done before eating. So if you eat a lot of salad, you're not going to gain a lot of weight because it's salad. You're going to eat a lot of it. You're going to be full, but you're not going to eat 3,000 plus calories worth of salad. I get full off of a bowl of a salad bowl that's only 200 calories. I get full from that. So imagine if I had to eat 5 of those a day, I'd be super full. The amount of fiber and the volume and stuff. But the irony is, it'll only be 1,000 calories. It'll cost me about $25. About $25 plus to eat that many salads a day, just to be on a 1,000 calorie, diet, but be super full, right? But I'd rather just eat one and then just eat some other stuff, for variety, for also to get more protein. But the point is like, it's just a math that you do prior. Because like I said, no one thinks of when they eat they're going to gain weight unless they start getting in the fitness journey, start studying health. Then they start thinking about the calories and stuff. But before that, most people were just thinking about how good the food tastes and how it was normal for them to eat a certain way. Everybody ate 3 times a day, so they ate 3 times a day. So that's a possibility. But there are some people who were like, I only eat once or twice, but it's so much calories and they barely exercise. Boom. So the real problem when it comes to weight loss is not what you eat, it's what you burn. And a lot of people don't burn because a lot of people are lazy. They're on their phone all the time. They're sitting on their ass all the time. They're playing video games all the time. That's the thing. People are doing things that don't require a lot of muscle, a lot of cardio, a lot of physical activity, a lot of movement. So of course they're going to gain weight from just eating whatever, even if they're eating only 1,500 calories a day, which is under 2,000 calories, right? There's no guarantee that their BMR is 2,000 calories a day because they're sedentary, right? They're sitting on ass all the time playing video games. They're barely burning calories. So even on a 1,500 calorie diet, they're probably not going to lose weight. Or they are, but it's very, very slow. It's a trickle. It's a little drip, drip, drip. It'll take months, a year, or more before they start seeing any substantial weight loss. Right? Because technically, you should be able to burn between 10 to 20 pounds a month. Right? Even eating low calories. And being a little active. So again, it's just math before, because I want to get this out of people's head of like that they can't control their appetite, their cravings, and this and that. There's like, if you made a meal plan, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and in between meals you still feel like eating, like wait, I just ate breakfast and there's 2 hours until lunchtime, but I feel like eating right now. Well, first, drink water, drink soda, drink some 0 calories drink, right? Liquid. And then see if you still want to eat. More likely, you're not. You were just thirsty. Shit, I experienced that today where I was thinking of making some food. And I was like, wait a minute. I just woke up not too long ago. Went, poured me a tall glass of water, probably like 16 ounces worth of water, and just started chugging it. I was like, I almost drank the whole entire thing in one, in one go. So it's like, yeah, I was definitely thirsty. That's what it was. Plus the heater was on in my room and stuff. So my room was hot. So it's like, yeah, so I was dehydrated. So it was definitely, I was thirsty, not hungry. And then I guess, 3 to 4 hours later, this is when I was like, all right, let me go make something to eat. So then I did. Made something to eat. Did some cardio and whatnot. Ironically, I still got 20 minutes of cardio left to do, so I gotta go hit that. So that way I have a total of 100 minutes of cardio I've done. So I already did 80 minutes of cardio already, so now it's time for the last 20 before I go to sleep. So, weight loss is not a mental, emotional thing. There's a lot of people on the internet that's going to try and make it into a mental or physical thing. But it's not. It's a logical thing. It's like meal prep, buy foods. Because one of the things I hate that I see the most is people like, oh man, you got to do this and that, because sometimes you'll end up getting hungry, and then you'll go to the pantry or the fridge and then just start eating a whole bunch of like cookies and cakes and a whole bunch of high calorie stuff. Is like, wait, if you're on a fitness journey, why do you have access to a whole bunch of high calorie stuff? You're not supposed to have a whole bunch of cookies. You're not supposed to have a whole bunch of 1,000 calorie crumble cookies in your house when you're on a fitness journey. You're supposed to slowly change your grocery shopping to a much healthier, list. So your fridge and pantries, in your house, there should be a lot of healthy options. So if you do feel hungry and feel like snacking on something, you can go grab a snack, a low calorie snack. Like, oh, look, this bag of popcorn, skinny popcorn, it's 100 calories. If I eat the whole thing, but if I eat half the bag, it's only 50 calories. Ooh, yay. Moderation. But moderation with low, think about it. It's kind of ironic to eat in moderation with low calorie stuff. That's like extra low calories if you think about it. Like the humor of that, it's like you're already eating something that's like if you eat a salad, there's 200 calories, right? But you only eat half and save the other half later. It's like, wow, you only eat 100 calories. Like you can eat the whole thing and it not be a problem because it's 200 calories. It's a low calorie, high volume, high fiber meal, but you only ate half. Ain't that amazing? Right? What's not amazing is you take a burger, which is like about 1,000 calories, right? A Big Mac, and eat half of it. Now that's a start when you start your fitness journey. Eat half of what you normally eat until you get into a habit of changing what you eat, because you start seeing the progress of your weight, going down. That you'll be like, you know what? I'm gonna start making my own sandwiches, my own burgers, instead of ordering McDonald's. It'll be cheaper to make my own sandwiches. And then you'll notice you'll start choosing low calorie breads, low calorie mayonnaise, blah blah. Like you'll start looking for low calorie ingredients and start making your own food. And then it's like, oh, this is much better. It feels good to make my own food. I know what's in it. It's what I like. I made it myself, so it's made the way I want it to be made. It's delicious, and it just so happens to be only 250 calories. Yay! So I could eat two of these, and it'll only be 500 calories, which is half of a freaking Big Mac. You know what I mean? Like that's the point. Like when you be logical, everything is easy, because then it's like, oh, I just eat whenever I feel like it, or on a schedule. But regardless, it will all be low calories. It will all be, within my fitness journey, right? My weight loss, my calorie deficit, because I already pre-planned. The same thing when I made the video about, you know, making your cheat meal fit in your calorie deficit, right? So instead of trying to eat more calories than you normally would eat, just instead of eating the healthy stuff you normally eat to be in your calorie deficit, just go have fun and eat the unhealthy stuff, the stuff that you normally avoid eating because it's high calories. Like, go ahead and enjoy it. But ironically, you probably end up eating right within your calorie deficit, which means you have control moderation. You can eat unhealthy but still be healthier in the aspect of a calorie deficit. So you don't have to overeat calories to just eat what you want. Like, you can eat 1,000 calories worth of donuts for your cheat meal and still be in a deficit, right? So it's just more about replacing what you eat to be healthy with something that's not healthy, just so you can have the enjoyment that you ate something that's not healthy, but still be on your journey and not overdo it or derail your journey, right? Because again, it's math done before you're eating. So it's a plan. You plan to eat a certain amount of food, a certain amount of calories, certain ingredients, certain meals. Like, you plan all this, and then all you're doing is just following the plan. The plan is to drink protein shakes, eat salads, eat this, eat that, eat more meat, eat more protein, more carbs, more this, more that. Go to the gym, walk. Like you plan all these things to do. You added it to your life, and now it's part of your life. It's part of your life to enjoy a protein shake. Well, normally you probably just drink a soda because it tastes good, not because it is good. But now, drink a protein shake. It tastes good and it is good. It's just some common sense logic that I want to put out there.